In this video, I'll share with you 9 tips to overcome procrastination. Hi success seekers of the world, my name is Tarun Kailash and welcome to my channel Successify Life, where I share with you actionable tips on leading a healthy, wealthy and successful life. But before we dive deeper into procrastination, let's not procrastinate to smash that subscribe button and click that topmost bell icon so that you get all the notifications such that the YouTube gods can shower their blessings on this new channel and you can help me spread the word about this YouTube channel. So every year when April 15th comes near, I start getting anxious because April 15th is the IRS deadline to file taxes, and there is one or the other excuse that I keep making. For example, January 1st, let the new year be done, probably then that will be the right time to file taxes. Comes February is Valentine's Day mode, so we just spend February in that mode. March is the Indian festival of Holi, so we feel like, okay, let me just celebrate Holi. After that it will be probably a serious time to file the taxes. And then comes April, we have Easter there, and then it's like, I still have time. After Easter we'll file the taxes. After all, what's the hurry? It's money getting out of my pocket. And further excuses, and most of the time it's right before on April 14th midnight or something is when I end up filing my taxes. I don't know about your story, but I'm sure there will be some or the other tasks that you keep postponing, and that exactly is what is procrastination. Basically, procrastination is delaying or postponing certain activities till the end milestone or end deadline comes or approaches near. And there are tasks for which there is essentially no deadline at times, those long-term things that we want to achieve in life, and for those it's even worse when one keeps procrastinating it for long and longer time. So what is the science behind procrastination? And the science is simple. It's generally the task at hand seems such difficult that we tend to postpone it, and in the same time something that gives us instant gratification that takes on the priority. For example, rather than filing my taxes, I would rather celebrate those holidays, which is much more easier, or try playing some video game or watching TV or things like that that come in the way, and the main task that we have to perform keeps on getting postponed and getting down in the priority. So procrastination is a habit which all of us at one point or the other tend to indulge in. So by the way, the spiritual guru Dalai Lama was a procrastinator as a student. Leonardo da Vinci, the famous painter, the artist and whatnot, he also suffered from procrastination. In fact, some of his projects took many years to complete and he could not deliver those paintings in time. And if you know the other deeds that Bill Clinton did, there are other known stories about him of how big a procrastinator was he, especially for example when it came to for him to deliver his State of the Union address. So that used to be like really last fine moment when he used to complete that. So as we may all imagine, if not taken care of overcoming procrastination, this will certainly have negative impact on our academics as well as our professional career. By no way again I mean to say that I don't procrastinate at all, I do, but I just thought of compiling some of the tips that I personally have seen working in my case. So the tip number 1 is don't bite off more than what you can chew. One of the biggest reasons why people procrastinate is that they feel overwhelmed. So if you know that your plate is already full, don't accept yet another task, because that will further make your situation difficult and you'll start dreading how many things you have to complete, and more than what it takes to complete, the anxiety or the fear that you have in your mind of missing the deadline, I think that takes a toll, and then you end up doing very mediocre job and finishing none of the tasks to the best possible. So say no right in the beginning when you know that this is what you can fit in your schedule, and then take it from there. Also, it is very key to understand which task is important and which task is urgent. Obviously the urgent ones take priority, and it is very important to make sure that if some of the tasks that are at the bottom of your list and you feel you cannot accomplish, tell upfront or plan accordingly such that even if there is a slippage, there are no surprises. Tip number 2, set conservative targets. Most of you must be knowing the Parkinson's law, which says that work expands to fit in all the time that is allotted. If you give 2 weeks for a certain task to be done, more often than not you'll take the entire 2 week. On the other hand, if you begin with, if you allocate 1 week, you may end up finishing the same task in 1 week itself. So it is very important that we recognize this, and accordingly, if there is a task for which you have been given 2 weeks deadline, set your internal deadline to like say 5 days or 6 days, such that even if it spills over, you still have some buffer time to react to it and finish it in time. So tip number 3, divide and conquer. What I mean by that is break up your tasks in the smallest possible chunks and then pick up one chunk at a time and complete it. For example, in my IRS filing thing, one of the steps that I follow is that, okay, today I'll just go buy the TurboTax software. By the way, TurboTax has not sponsored this video. I hope one day they will sponsor it, but that reminds me to request you to click that like button and click that subscribe button, such that one day TurboTax becomes the sponsor of my videos. Yeah, so going back to the point, it is very important that we break it in the smallest micro level chunks of tasks for the bigger project, and that makes the whole thing look very, very easy. For example, like I first just buy the TurboTax software, done for the day. The next day I'll just go and fill up maybe just the basic details in that software, and again that's yet another part of it. The third day a little bit more challenging, just putting in my W2 information, and so on and so forth. So that certainly helps. For example, in a work environment, it can be if you are trying to come up with a presentation, the first step would be just finding the base template of the slides that you want to use. The second step can be just do a save as for that. Third would be just the easy slide, the first slide that you have, where you just put the header and the date on which you have to present it, and that way you'll make incremental progress. The same work doesn't seem that hard. Tip number 4, remove all the distractions. Once you have come up with your tasks, micro tasks list, and you are ready to work on those, make sure that you have your cell phone set to vibrate mode or silent mode rather, or your room door is closed, or your music, if you do not like it, turn off the music. Anything that distracts you, basically just get into that mode. Clean up your desk such that you can focus just on the task in your hand. You can close all the other tabs of the window that you are working on, such that there is no distraction from social media or any other alert or notification coming in, and that certainly helps you giving your full attention and completing that task in hand with the best possible quality. Tip number 5, the 2-minute rule. The 2-minute rule says that if you have a task that just needs a very small time, under 2 minutes, to respond to, maybe it's a phone call where you just have to tell a number or something, or if it is your email where you just have a response like a thank you, acknowledged, received, yes, no, color of the shirt, whatever it is, just respond it right away, such that you have one less email in your inbox, which definitely gives a sense of relief. So tip number 6, this is derived from the Newton's law that a body which is in motion remains in motion. So it's just about overcoming the inertia. Similarly, for a work, sometimes the work in itself is not difficult, just starting it is difficult. So just get started with the task, and you will find that at times, once you are overcome that initial hindrance or roadblock, you will see that you get into that flow mode and you get much more done than what you are expecting. Tip number 7, involve a partner. What a partner does is that they will hold you accountable. If you committed to something that you'll be completing in yet another 2 hours, they can check upon you and see if you really are on track, or sometimes they can be of help. For example, if there is a data entry type of a thing, if you're again in the tax example, they can read you the numbers, they can read you the account numbers, and then you can just key in, and the same task that might have taken more time, as well as it would have seemed hard to do, start seeming easy, and you have yet another pair of eyes to confirm that your entry is accurate, or if there is yet another task, they can give their ideas as well. So the quality also becomes better, as well as the work seems easier and you are on time. Tip number 8, do not aim for perfectionism. Do not try to become a Leonardo da Vinci or creating your masterpiece always. The approach that I use is that I first come up with a very high level framework of whatever I'm trying to do, and I just complete the first pass, and if I have time I go back and iterate on it and refine it, and yet another pass if I get more time. By doing so, at least I get a good amount of stress is off by completing the first round itself, and if time permits, then I go and refine it as much as I want till I have the time to submit comes in or time that I had allocated is over. So tip number 9, motivation. Try to find a motivation thinking of the outcome of the task that you perform. So there are two school of thoughts here. The one is that people say that think of the negative consequences of not completing it in time, which I generally tend not to do, because the emotion itself is negative and it has somewhere there is a fear, and that adds more stress. So I try to visualize the positive outcome, which is if I complete this task, then I'll get to do whatever I like doing, for example going for my walk or watching TV or using social media. So that will keep you motivated and act as a catalyst for you to complete your task in time and with some positive motivation. So those were my 9 tips for overcoming procrastination. Hope it helps you in your day-to-day activities. Please put your comments in the comment section below. That gives me more and more motivation and not to procrastinate on my next video. So subscribe to this channel and like this video. Put your comments, let me know your feedback. That will keep me motivated, that will help grow this channel. And with that, we come to the conclusion of this video. I wish you all the very best in your health and wealth creation journey. Stay motivated, stay positive, stay charged, and do not procrastinate.